Before we get into today's video, I wanted to bring attention to today's Nifty Gateway drop. First of all, because there's so many $1 drawings. Now, this changed, so I'm not sure if it's going to stay like that because sometimes it does change a few hours before the drawing. We still have 6 hours left for this, but one of them definitely was a low amount last I checked yesterday. So one of these definitely, maybe all four, but there is a fair bit of art. And why am I bringing your attention to this? Out of all the artists that I've seen on Nifty Gateway, this is the OG, Alex Gray and his wife. And if you have no idea who I'm talking about, I would really encourage you to do your research because these guys, oh yeah, if you remember Avi, my old channel, you would understand why we're super excited of this, because the 1960s, 1970s, oh yeah, the good old times. So that's all I'll say. Anyways, let's get into the video. I would seriously encourage you to do your research. If you type in Alex Gray, yeah, you probably saw that. So you probably know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Bam. Welcome everybody. My name is Michael Kubera. Today we're discussing about NFTs and the environment. A lot of people are super upset every single time I go into the comment sections on Facebook or Twitter when an artist is releasing. For example, I was a really big fan, and I'm still a big fan of Tycho. He decided, hey, let's put up some music for sale this month. I think it's going to be on the 14th. And a lot of people were super upset and they're saying, oh, I'm going to unfollow you. This is terrible. You're destroying the environment. And then they don't realize that people who are big supporters of environment, no offense to anybody, but you are a hypocrite if you're supporting the environment, if you're donating to charities for the environment, and then you have a big V8 engine, or you're flying first class, or you're flying, even worse, a private jet like Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, he loves the environment, but his private jet, one trip from New York to Cannes and then back, that one trip, that one vacation burns more fuel than tens of thousands of vehicles. Just look at how many flights there are every single day. There's thousands, tens of thousands of these flights. They burn more fuel. The banking system burns way more fuel than NFTs ever could, than all of cryptocurrency at its maximum ever could, alongside NFTs and DeFi and everything else. There have been so many studies on this, but the media and on social media and people are constantly just grabbing at the titles. NFT's bad for the environment. Crypto's bad for the environment. Bitcoin miners, they're ruining it. You could not be further from the truth. It's the same people who are buying a Tesla because they want to save the planet, but they don't realize that the batteries that power their Tesla or BMW i3, well, where do the batteries come from? You think it's completely safe for the environment? 0% emissions? Oh, well, that's strange because, hey, those batteries were made at a factory that uses lots of energy, lots of coal, lots of great stuff that really helps out the planet. And these are the same hypocrites who are going to recycle a few bottles and think, oh my God, I've done my part for the day, and then burn more fuel on their 1 hour ride to work every single day and then another ride back to their house. Those few bottles aren't going to do anything. And especially when you're screaming at other people, whether it's online or in real life, you're probably not going to be screaming, but you're still going to be giving someone the shade eye. I hate it when these hypocrites, it's like vegans. This is a controversial opinion of mine. If someone really gets frustrated, I guess we could make a full-depth video about this, but I have already included statistics in a different video about Bitcoin a while back, why Bitcoin's energy consumption is not really that bad compared to other industries and compared to banks and the financial system and even Facebook. The websites that you use to type these comments on and the websites that you so dearly would hang on to because you couldn't live through a ban. You love Facebook, you love Twitter, you love YouTube and Google. You think these companies are completely emission-free? You think they're saving the planet? No, it's all PR. If they're donating to a charity or if they're trying to save the world, save the bees, save the trees, save this, save that. Certain people just want to feel morally superior than others, and they're going to try and make you feel bad for doing something that's completely normal, using cryptocurrency, trying to better your own financial future. And even though behind the scenes, every single person on this planet is contributing towards an early death of the planet, sure, I believe in global warming. Sure, there's certain things that aren't good for the planet and aren't good for the environment, but there's hundreds and thousands of things worse than Bitcoin. If you really love the environment, sell your car, buy a bicycle to work. Don't fly planes ever. Don't take any boat rides. Don't use a cell phone. Don't use internet. Don't use any of that. Live in a log cabin. You know what's best? Just don't use any electricity or gas or anything. Why do you need heated water? Hey, if you really want to help save the planet, plant 1,000 trees in your backyard. Don't go to a grocery store because, hey, that's also not helping the planet with GMOs and all of this. Grow your own vegetables. You know what? It's a lockdown. Stay inside your house for the next 15 years. I'm just so frustrated constantly. Every single time I log on, I see something about NFTs, I see something about Bitcoin. There's always that one person that's just like, you guys are terrible. I just want to... Remember, this is a kid-friendly channel, advertiser-friendly, so I'm not going to say what I need to say, or rather what I'd want to say, but you get the point. You're a hypocrite if you believe that it's destroying the environment. Hold on, let me spit some facts for you. So... all right, you most likely live in America or in Europe, and all of the countries in Europe, all of the countries in North America, basically almost all of the rich countries of the planet right now, in Asia, the developing nations in Africa are using plenty of fossil fuels. All countries on this planet at one point in time, whether it's now or the past, have been destroying the planet in massive amounts by burning coal, by destroying as many trees as possible, by cutting them down, by digging deep into the world, mining precious elements, nuclear disasters like Chernobyl and all these cover-ups and Fukushima, disasters revolving oil spills and all this stuff. Listen, a lot of people are from these developed nations that have used fossil fuels for not years, not decades, but centuries. The Industrial Revolution, remember that, the 19th century? And a lot of people are very privileged because they think, oh, you know what? The world that I live in right now, what I use on a daily basis, that's all right. Let's try and change it by recycling a few bottles, by donating $5 to a charity that's going to help the animals that I really like, but not the other charities that I don't care about. Some people really care about the environment, but they don't care about other stuff. And then they're using YouTube, which uses so much carbon every single day. Do you know how much it costs to host billions and billions and billions of hours of videos? Not billions of videos, but billions and billions and billions of hours. Look up how many videos are uploaded to YouTube. YouTube is using 10 million metric tons of carbon equivalent, that's huge. NFTs, cryptocurrency, it's on par with YouTube. It's on par with a singular website, something that's trying to change the world. Sure, it'll grow, but YouTube will also grow. Facebook will also grow. Think of how many of the top 100 websites of the world, YouTube's not even number one, but think of how many of these websites are using carbon footprints that are so massive that it's not going to take years, it's not going to take decades to fix this issue. You need agreements, you need accords, and that's what's happening with cryptocurrency, where they're trying to make a negative carbon footprint. Whether this works or not, we will see. And YouTube's trying to fix their carbon footprint as well, and Facebook and all of this. But it's crazy to think that, hey, you know what? Sure, cryptocurrency has a lot larger carbon footprint than just YouTube by itself. But when you combine all of the large websites that you use on a daily basis, cryptocurrency is not even close. The banking system, the groceries that you take. Do you know how much vegetables and growing vegetables and food and all of this take up every single day? It's huge portions. It's percentages. It's not like 0.001. It's between 20 to 30% of the daily emissions of this planet. So I think this thing is overblown. I think a lot of people are just going crazy and they're listening to the media. It's not like the media ever overblows stuff, right? It's not like they're never wrong too. There's a lot of hypocrites out there. Sure, global warming is something to be concerned about. And NFTs, well, it's something to to keep an eye out for. But some of these celebrities who are against NFTs and they're saying they're bad for the environment are the same celebrities who fly a private jet just for their puppy. That's right. There's been certain celebrities who have used private jets just to fly their animals. That's it. Just the pilots and an animal on board. And a private jet uses as much fuel as tens of thousands of vehicles on a daily basis, which is just something crazy to think about. And then you have 747s, you have A380s, you have giant cargo ships. Oh yeah, the world's carbon footprint is huge. It's just insane to think about. So we might do an actual video using statistics, depending on the reactions of this one. But that's just my opinion. I think it's overblown. I think it's a bunch of, you know what, you shouldn't care too much about it. It shouldn't stop you from using NFTs. And people who are trying to shame you into not using and not supporting NFTs are the same ones who have a bruised ego that they're just trying to make themselves feel better about the whole situation. So don't listen to these haters. Who cares about them? Let them stay poor, because they're not going to make money like these artists are. Some of these artists are literally changing their entire lives. They're making millions and millions of dollars. And it's similar to the argument, we might make a video on this in the future. It's also another personal opinion of mine. But the last thing I'll add, it's similar to this argument that a lot of people online, they're always like, oh my God, why did Kylie Jenner only donate $5,000 to one of her makeup or hairstylist or whoever it was that there was like an accident or something happened, right? Why did she only donate $5,000 if she's like a billionaire? Well, she didn't have to donate a single dollar. Also, the fact that she shared her story, I think they surpassed the limit that they were supposed to reach their goals, and the person who was in the hospital got the treatment or whatever. Her $5,000 plus her sharing, it was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the end. And people are saying, oh my God, all these billionaires, why are they only donating millions of dollars to charity? They're looking at it in terms of percentages, but they don't realize that $1 million from a billionaire does a whole lot more for the world than 1% of a $20,000 or $40,000 or $60,000 salary. Oh, boo-hoo, you gave a tip jar. You gave $1 to the homeless man in the corner. You changed the world. You feel so morally superior compared to the rest of us. Yes. And then you must film it. You must talk about it online. Go you. Listen, newsflash, no one cares about you. So don't let your ego, go skyrocket high. Enjoy the world for what it is. Yeah, sure, global warming's a thing, but there's already so many genius minds trying to fix it. It's good if you don't pollute the planet, but ultimately, you don't have to worry about cryptocurrency and the emissions too much at this point. So that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. If you did it, leave a dislike, leave a comment why, and that's that. We shall see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Have a great rest of your day. And, don't pay too much attention to other people. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own success. And everything's going to be good. Bye. Oh, man, that's so crazy that Alex Gray is coming up. That's one of his most famous. This I remember from a book cover. He had plenty of these conferences. I mean, I think he was at Burning Man once or something like that. Him and his wife are just, yeah, it's pretty crazy, the stuff that he's done. Oh man, it's beautiful. It is honestly beautiful. And it would make a lot of sense that it's $1 because, hey, he's not really in it for the money. The money's nice, but this guy's been creating longer than 99% of all of these NFT artists have. It's crazy for so many decades. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.